Thank you for joining me to go over this case study about Just Us Coffee Roasters and Co-op. We will begin by going over an executive summary, looking at the challenges and the factors contributing to those challenges. We'll do an analysis of the current situation and the market. After looking through the trends, we're actually going to come up with alternative solutions. We're going to go through two possibles and give you a third, which is our recommendation. As we look at this, we know Just Us has two successful products, a wholesale coffee line and then the thriving cafes. We also know that there's definite competition on the forefront. We need to look at how we're going to address that and what we have been doing, what works and doesn't work. We also need to take into consideration that we have a limited budget to do all of this. We actually plan on doing this by a two-pronged approach. We're going to actually strengthen your brand and support your customer connection through the cafes. We also want to make sure that we can really solidify our retail markets. Just Us really has an amazing opportunity. You've done extremely well. You have a great product and a wonderful message to share and deliver to the very growing and receptive market. Just Us has an amazing mission and great values as a corporation. Margaret Mead once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can't change the world. It's the only thing that ever has." So we look at what we're going to do with our challenge. Right now, we need to figure out how Just Us can increase revenue and the consumer value while staying true to its mission and within a budget. So what are the factors that are actually contributing to this challenge? Well, our revenues show that there's a strong market presence. There is a current growth rate, but it's declining. There's an absence of a standardized marketing strategy, and our marketing mix needs some work. There's also a lot of increased competition. Fair trade is not the only single product differentiation that's going to give us that competitive advantage. As you look at the growth rate, you can actually see that while obviously roasted coffee and cafes are doing fantastic, the percentage of growth is what's most important when looking at this. And as you can see by these charts, we're definitely seeing a decline in the percentage of growth. So now let's take a look at our current situation. So again, touching our products, we actually have a tangible product, which is the coffee, tea, chocolate, edibles, and other retail merchandise. But there's another product that we offer. That's the actual customer delivered value, the commitment. So let's look at the trends that we've seen. Roasted coffee sales definitely top our profits. They're over $3 million in 2008. Roasted coffee sold at other venues is also a huge provider for Just Us in general. The cafes are definitely giving us a large percentage of our profits as well. Combined, we're at $2.3 million profit off those stores. So again, to touch on what our actual products are at Just Us, we have the retail and the cafes. So let's take a minute to look at the Just Us market environment. So it's important to understand as we actually look for a product differentiation, who are our customers and how are we segmenting our market? Starting with the demographic, we're looking for a younger crowd with available disposable income. They're going to be in or have graduated college. They're going to be educated, and it's both males and females. Then we want to look at the psychographics of this group. They're environmentally conscious. They're humanitarians. They're concerned about how others are treated. And they have an inner feeling that they want to support important causes. And that's what Just Us does. We're looking at a geographic location in the maritime area, and behaviorally, they want to know more about fair trade, and they will share that knowledge with others, and they want to support fair trade. We've mentioned competition. Currently, the competitors that we're looking at are Kicking Horse, Tim Hortons, Second Cup, Starbucks, and then a few select others. Kicking Horse is a major competition for Just Us in the retail market. Now, they're offering a great product, certified organic, fair trade, e-commerce websites, and the culture of their company is very similar to what Just Us has to offer. Tim Hortons isn't direct competition, but they are very well known and they are large. They're releasing a line of ethical coffee, but it doesn't have the same fair trade certification as Just Us. Second Cup, similar to Tim Hortons, has seen significant growth. They're definitely becoming a competitor, and they also have a non-certified fair trade line. We also have to look at the fact that Starbucks is coming into the area. They're world renowned. They have a fair trade line, and it is going to be competition. They have an experience. People love Starbucks when they go. We have to strengthen our customer base. So we've mentioned that there are also other competitors. We have to worry about Nestle, Milestone, Kraft coming into the retail market as well. So as we go over our competitive analysis, we realize there's two different fronts that we're going to have to really analyze and make sure we have control of. On the retail front, Kicking Horse is going to be a big competition. Kraft, Milestone, and Nestle are also there. On the cafe side, we have Starbucks, which is really our first concern, along with Tim Hortons and Second Cup. So a quick look at our product market analysis. We know we've got strength in the retail market. We know that the cafes are a potentially huge boom. But what we may be missing is the drinks sold at the cafes. That could really give us a great increase in our profit margin. The chocolate factory, we may be worried about how that's actually pulling from profits as opposed to. So look at the sales from the cafes. The coffee for home use and drinks are really a large percentage of this. We also see growth in specific markets, which we'll go over later, in the lunches and the bakery items. These are potential areas. So now let's take those same numbers and actually look at the cafes. Grand Prix is definitely making a huge hit for us. The merchandise there and the fact that we spend the time to educate the consumers is a huge push for Just Us. But what we also see is that the drinks are pretty sustainable across all places except Barrington. However, Barrington seems to make up for that by bakery sales. So making a push towards each market is important. So let's look at our current marketing mix. As far as convenience, we are available at select retail outlets. The cafe's locations seem to be pretty suited towards the market. However, we could expand or possibly have a little bit more of a targeted area. The customer solutions. We have fair trade products. They're excellent quality, and each cafe has a unique experience towards that market in the area. As far as cost, well, we're more expensive than non-fair trade products, but we're very competitively priced within our area. Now, looking at our communication, our promotions leave something to be desired as they have been performed. Our print ads, they're not uniform. They're not as compelling as they could be. We have a message. We need to get that out. Our student discount coupons and website aren't doing us justice. And so continuing our analysis, let's look at our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Starting with our strengths, the culture, the community awareness, the vendor support and respect within the fair trade sector, it's outstanding. It's commendable. Our employees, well, they're knowledgeable and they love to tell the customers what they're doing and how important fair trade is. We have the reputation as the first, and our quality is outstanding. Along with that, we do have weaknesses. We have an overly diversified product offering set. Too many products and not enough all-in-all cohesion with what we're doing. The fair trade consumers, they're not aware of our product and certification differences. In the cafes, it's not a unified brand. So now let's look at some of the opportunities. There's tremendous potential for growth in our bakery and lunch. Education and merchandise promotions, everybody loves to hear about fair trade. Our online sales and fulfillment, we can really do something amazing with that. We also have the option of enhancing communication and connection to customers through social media and really getting a marketing information system in here that will do amazing things to our system. Now, we also have to look at the threats. Well, there is increasing competition in the retail sector, and a lot of our competitors have some of our opportunities already in process and working. There's also a loss of sales to other coffee shops. Competitors have new products, and there's varying differences in the certifications. So, as a summary of the current analysis, we have the retail market and the cafes. And there's definite challenges and opportunities in both areas. So now that we've seen where we have been, let's see what we can be. So our first alternative solution is going to be investing in our retail markets and really concentrating our focus there. We're going to suggest consumer education, provide in-store tastings, educational materials, really have a great promotion packet for this. There's going to be store product placement, new graphic clip arts and end caps. The retail management education, getting managers and employees at the retail source educated, knowledgeable, and helping us to sell our products when we're not there is going to be a big focus for this. There are some disadvantages to this. It's going to be costly, time consuming, competition isn't going to slow down, and international companies, we can't keep up with them. We also know shelf space, it's at a premium, and we're going to have a hard time competing with Nestle and Kraft. So the second alternative is actually creating a streamlined portfolio. We actually unify the look and the feel of the cafes, still support the local area in which each cafe is at, but make it more streamlined. What that means is really promote free trade coffee. We also may want to look at closing our 2 lowest performing stores, Wolfville and Barrington, perhaps a franchise option for those, but still within our control. The purpose of this is to really concentrate on creating an experience in the stores, the cafes, really increase education and awareness of fair trade, and hope that carries over to our. Well, actually doing this, there's some disadvantages. There are potential growth in those markets, and it's going to limit our consumer availability, and it's going to allow the growth of competitors in the markets that we choose to exit from. Finally, this is our recommended alternative solution. We think you should unify your brand and support your individual markets. By unifying the brand, really pull together our Just Us promotions and our marketing mix. In that marketing mix, we're making sure we're actually delivering a consumer solution. We're going to promote the individual cafe environment, and we're going to focus on fair trade, passing along that education and knowledge and feeding the need to help others. A final and very important step is going to be to create an online social presence. Part of that will be a loyalty program. The loyalty program will include a how many drinks you purchase, the next one's free. It's going to help us gather consumer information. We'll create a marketing database, and we'll be able to get information regarding purchases and trends of purchases. The importance of our social media presence, that cannot be understated, and we will go into that. Now, there are some possible disadvantages to this. Our marketing costs will increase, and we have to be prepared for that. We're going to need additional resources for our marketing information, and there's going to be an increase for the loyalty programs. We also want this information and the strength that we gain through social media and connections to carry over into the retail markets. We have to focus some of our efforts on that as well, just to make sure we can be as strong as we need to be in a very important retail sector to keep our revenues up. Now, we are prepared to address these disadvantages. Now, we have planning and growth that can actually be worked into this. The cost for the marketing strategy can actually be spread across to the stores by implementing a 7% of sales towards marketing for each store. The promotion costs can also be worked into that, so we're able to reach the right people at the right places at the right times. Again, that's a huge focus of our social media and our customer loyalty program. That information is invaluable to our overall health and our increase. So making these changes, adjusting our marketing mix, and really understanding our target market allows Just Us to create a wonderful product differentiation and strength through what we've already done, which has established us as a fair trade, concerned, and community-oriented company. I see wonderful things in our future and can't wait to get started on this new program. Thank you very much.